Good morning, Cynthia High School students. My name is Aranzo, and you're watching the Patriot Program. And before I start today's episode with our guest, I'd like to make a few announcements. For starters, we have a junior varsity volleyball game up against Albany at 4:15 this Tuesday, and a varsity volleyball game up against Colony at 4:30 this Friday. We also have a varsity football game up against Mahonison at 5 o'clock. So go make sure to show your school spirit, as these are all away games, so we can kick their butts just in general. Please, let's kick butt. On the page of clubs, if you need help with homework, make sure to visit 812 after school to get your homework help. They'll even help you with your college essay. They meet every Monday through Wednesday. Our last club, if you could call it that, is Open Mat Wrestling. Now, I've never been. I don't wrestle. But if you go ahead and want to wrestle, be my guest. It's open mat. I don't know what the rules are. I don't know if there are rules. If you want to hug somebody tight, I guess go to Open Mat Wrestling. And if you want to hug a cast tight, go to Open Mat Wrestling. Now I'm going to go let In-Time-Me handle our guests. Our first guest today is a senior who does tattoo art and ran for president and unfortunately lost. Give it up for Satana. Our audience isn't that big, so the claps are small, but she deserves all the claps she's getting. How are you today?
I'm good.
That's good to hear.
My thing.
How's your year, though? How's your year going so far?
It was pretty boring. It's not giving High School Musical, but it's okay. I feel like it's going to show so bad.
You've been going here long enough. I don't think you should expect High School Musical.
It definitely shouldn't, but, it is what it is. Stuff like that, yeah. It's cool.
So, you taking any interesting classes? Doing anything fun?
Not really. I'd say, the most interesting class I got is, dance. That's it, I didn't sign up for anything extra.
You didn't sign up for dance?
I didn't actually. It was I wanted to do another class. I forgot what it was. She was only thing we got is dance, so I can put you in here. I was oh, okay.
You don't take any art classes despite doing tattoos?
Actually, no. I really don't. I wanted to do ceramics and stuff, but if I did that, I'd have to take an intro class, and I wasn't trying to do that. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm not art class. Wait, really?
How many ceramics I never took any intro class?
They told me I had to take an intro class. But
You plan on going to any upcoming sports games?
I'm banking on going to homecoming, but depending on who I go with, that's gonna decide if I go or not. I haven't been to any games since school started. I want to go to the basketball games, but other than that,
You haven't? No, plan on going to homecoming by yourself if no one asked?
not really. All the dances that I did go to, which was only 2, I felt kind of awkward, just being by myself or whatever, whatnot. So hopefully I can go with somebody. If not, I'll just go with my friends. Or stay home.
I feel like after senior year, you should probably go. I'm trying to go to everything I can, seeing how it's my last year in high school, but either I can't make it or I don't want to go. I haven't gone to any soccer games, but that's just because I don't know much about soccer.
Yeah. A lot of people keep saying that. A lot of people are oh, it's my last year, I'm going to go to everything. I don't know, I don't be having time. I'm trying to work, I be trying to hang out with people. All the big stuff I'm going to, though. But the little things, yeah, I'm going.
Are you part of any clubs? You want any clubs?
I don't know. I want to join certain clubs. But, the thing is, it's, not very diverse when it comes to, types of people in the club. So I just don't think it would be a scene for me. So, yeah.
Alright, so how long have you been doing tattoos? That's a big part of your career. You have an Instagram where you have tattoos?
A year.
Only a year?
Yeah. First tattoo I did was October, early October. But it's a little side thing. I don't sit there and do tattoos for the money. It's just a little side job that I like doing. And I don't practice a lot, but when I do, it's coming out nice.
So if you don't plan on doing tattoos for a career, what do you have in mind?
I feel it's very basic, but nursing. I want to be a travel nurse or what is that thing called? An ultrasound tech. They make real good money. And I just feel I look like I should be a nurse.
You're wearing somewhat nurse getup today.
Exactly.
But
so I don't know. Other than that, make music.
you do music production?
No.
You never took music production?
Mm-hmm.
I've never taken it, but I hear it's a really fun class. If you want to make music, that's probably the class I want to go to.
Yeah, a lot of the people that I know, they were all in there and stuff. I don't know if you were there, but last year we had that big performance in the auditorium. It was pretty nice. It was pretty fun. I like the energy. It was okay.
I heard Mr. Casano be a student in a rap battle. I wish I was there to see that because that sounds fire.
That sounds like something he would do too. Like it doesn't sound too far off. Mr. Casano show, I like him.
Yeah, I have him for coming this year.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't took like an instrument class since like middle school.
I've been taking instruments since like 3rd grade. Like I've been playing. I went from trumpet to baritone to tuba, and now I'm playing the bass in the jazz band.
I did like 4 instruments, and like my parents forced me into it. They were like, why don't you like pick up a hobby, like play some instruments or something? I wanted to do drumming, that was it. And after that, they just kept forcing me to go back.
It definitely started that way for me, but I found an instrument that I really like. And
Yeah, like it was enjoyable, like somewhat, but it's not something I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna continue to do. But it was nice to learn how to play something.
Now, you ran for president, right? Well, I should say ran. So, tell me how your interview went, because the way the system works, for those who aren't aware, there's people that want to be president, so they fill out sort of like 1 to 2 paragraph essay. And once you fill out this essay, you get interviewed by Mr. Green, Miss Weigel, and Miss Miles. And after being interviewed by them, they will let you know whether or not you'll be a candidate, and you'll be able to actually campaign and go to the debate and stuff like that. Now, me and Satana both ran for president, and didn't even get to cut to make candidate, unfortunately. But this isn't about me, this is about Satana, so tell me what that was like.
At least I got a good, bad, and ugly. But when I filled out the paper, it wasn't even a paragraph. I put like a couple sentences, I gave it away and stuff, and then they were talking about like, oh, then we're gonna schedule an interview, and like Mr. Green may pop up and may not. So I was a little like shaky a little bit, but I'm like, whatever. I get to the interview, Mr. Green here. So I'm like, oh, let me lock in. They ask me questions. I'm thinking like I'm actually like chewing questions up. Like I'm thinking I'm doing my big one. Then the questions stop or whatever. I'm looking at everybody's faces and they look like pleasantly surprised. So I'm like, oh, okay, like I did a good job in my interview. Like, first, if I can get the principal to like PKP with me, like I did that. So then I'm thinking like interview went well. I'm talking about it with everybody. Like, oh yeah, I'm about to be president. I'm sitting there in my room. I get the email. I didn't make it. I didn't make it. And they automatically put me down for a VP candidate, like automatically.
Yeah, I didn't get that privilege. Like, I brought in lollipops. They were like, "Oh, you're trying to bribe us?" And I thought I ate with the questions too. You know, I thought I did a pretty good job. And they're like, "No, but you know, maybe you should join fundraising. I feel like you're better for fundraising." I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing. And here I am talking to students. So
Like, it's whatever. I mean, I'm okay, like, with the opportunity of getting that chance, but I didn't think that's how it was gonna go. I feel like it should have been, like, more personal, instead of just like, oh yeah, by the way, we didn't make it, so I don't know what to tell you. But I feel like it definitely could have been, like, a little bit more of an easier letdown.
alright, and something else what happened, like, the candidates election happened. Now, on this election, there were 3 choices, but only 2 candidates. You did not make this apparent to anybody, but there was an option for other on the polls. Now, do you feel like if you're like, your name was like out there, like, oh, I'm running for president, put me under other, you might have had more of a chance of winning because, you know, the school didn't make that clear. And I wasn't aware of it until the day of the election.
I feel like he was just gonna pick 2 candidates, only pick 2 candidates. If he was gonna put other people, you should have put all the other presidential candidates up there. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Like, the other part, I don't know. I wasn't really watching the campaign, to be honest.
Yeah, because like you played them in classes, and those are the only 2 students like that you see that want to be president, right? So you have these 2 students up there on the debate, you know, whispering, like you can't hear them. I'm not sure if actually they call like hold it like sort of like this just to be safe.
Yeah, we close the person.
Hold like turn around so nobody's facing me.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. First time using these new mics, but so. You're running and like you see like they're whispering, but you want to be president. And you go to the election and it says other, like you didn't get a chance to do a debate. So if someone did want to pick you, right, like we know nothing about you.
Right.
So like if they want to pick someone else, like who would they pick? Like it's just there's no real option. It's just Nick, Natalie, and etc. And speaking of Nick, how do you feel like Nick's doing as a president?
Oh, y'all putting me in a hot seat. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this. Don't get me wrong, like it's not me talking about it, but it's just me keeping it like real. I love Nick as a person, and I feel like Nick is the type of person to be like, oh yeah, like I'm president. Like it's like an aesthetic thing, and because Nick was a part of the student council last year, like he feels like he knows the ropes and like what is supposed to be done. But because we have new people this year, and it's a completely different thing this year, it should be fresher ideas. I'm not saying Nick is like a horrible president, but he just needs a little bit of like tweaking.
He needs some improvements.
Yeah.
So how do you think he can improve as president?
Just listen and stop being like, oh yeah, I'm president. Like, we get it, you're president. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I respect you being the president. You don't have to keep rubbing it in my face. Like,
so in meetings, right? Like student council meetings, he's just going around saying like, I'm president. Like,
it's not like he's saying it. It's just that energy.
That's his energy. So how do meetings go down? Because there was a meeting, what, yesterday, right?
Yes.
Tell us about yesterday, because I've heard some things. You don't need to say any names, obviously.
Yesterday was hectic. Like, yesterday was really hectic. I go to the meeting, whatever, and like, I'm not in any committee yet, or like head of committee at all. So I'm just there, like, just to see what's going on. I get there, I ain't that name tag, but I was like, whatever. I get there, and then they're talking about saying, oh, we're gonna separate us by committee, and then we're gonna talk about what's going on with the committees. So I'm like, okay, so I go to the spirit group committee, the head committee, they're talking, and the way that they're talking, it's like they have their ideas already like in their brain. Like that's what they want to do. Like they came up with these by their brain. And then we're doing the dirty work. Like, oh, you guys have to set up, and you guys have to promote, and this, that, da da da. If we are all in the same committee together, head of committee or not, we should all be making the same type of decisions and get to some type of like in the middle, like meet me in the middle. Like there's no way I'm about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna help you with what you got going on with your ideas and your planning. It makes no sense. We should all be talking about this together.
So this head of committee, right, is just making decisions, right? Like there's no real talk about it. Like she's like, we're gonna do this. This is how we're gonna do it, and you are all gonna do this. Well, you are gonna do this.
That's what it felt like. I don't know if that was like their intent, but that's how I took it. And like even when they came up with their ideas, I don't think they were talking to students. Like I remember one time they had came up to me and my friends talking about Spirit Week, and they were like, well, what would you guys like? We told them what we liked. I looked on that Spirit Week flyer. Everything that we said was not there. And then they're gonna say at the meeting, oh, it's coming soon. We're gonna have more Spirit Weeks, more Spirit Days. If you're doing stuff that people didn't say that they want, they're not gonna participate. So I want to know how that's gonna work out for them. Like, it's just bad. It's bad.
So far, Spirit Week is just this one person's ideas. Is what their ideal Spirit Week. And mind you, I'm putting the Spirit Week up on the screen right now. I don't know what corner it's going to be because I'm not sure exactly where I am with the camera. But Spirit Week's going to end up with, what's it called? Grandparents, like, no, you're not grandparents. Us seniors act like senior citizens, but it's like reverse age day. There's Halloween. There's dressed like a teacher day, I think. It's stuff from last year, so I should know it better, but it's all uninspired and boring stuff. So
it's so bad. Like I'm not dressing like a grandma for the whole school day. I'm not doing that. And then they were talking about if you don't like it, you don't have to participate. Like I didn't know you were president. Like okay.
So this person is acting like president, yet they're not the president.
This person thinks they have like mad jurisdiction. Like it's weird. I'm not liking it. Hopefully it gets better.
So this head of committee, did they run for president or vice president? Like how does this work?
Yep, they did.
So this ex-vice president, not even ex-vice president, failed vice president running for committee is trying to run the show. Like I'll say how I think how I'm interpreting it. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe they can come up correct me if I'm wrong. They know what I'm talking about. Are running things like a dictator in this school democracy.
There's a lot of dictation, not liking it. I'm not liking it at all. They're not listening. They're not trying to listen. It's that, and then like they're trying to like come up with things for stuff in the year that's later to come. Like homecoming's right around the corner, Spirit Week is right around the corner, pep rally's right around the corner. Why are we talking about that? That shouldn't be up for discussion. And then like even homecoming, it sounds lackluster. Like the theme sucks.
Theme's all we discussed this last time with the newspapers.
It's so broad, like it sucks. Then the pep rally idea that we have, I mean, it's an idea, but it's not like fully thought about.
You said it was glow in the dark, the pep rally that's going to be in
It's
the
glow in the
afternoon.
dark, but like, it's glow in the dark and the sun's still outside. I'm not hating on the idea. I feel like it could work, but the way it was getting explained, no. That's all I gotta say. Like, I feel like because of what student council is, everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm in student council, but nobody's actually taking the time to understand what their role is. If that makes sense, like,
They're all trying to be the president.
exactly. And like, it's more to it than just being like a president and just being vice president. There's a lot of work, there's a lot of dedication, there's a lot of money that we have to put into what we're doing. So actually take the time to consider what's going on instead of just like saying what's going to happen. Because time is unpredictable. You never know how much money we're going to pull in. You never know what ideas could work, what could not. Like, just take the time to understand what you're doing.
As someone that's in meeting, who's talking about raising money, do you know anything about fundraisers coming up, like anything on the financial side, like how us as students could help out the dictatorship that is student council?
No, we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about no money. We don't know anything about no money. The only thing that I think we're not even doing that for money. I thought we were selling the stuff at Sunrise. I don't even think we're doing that. I said we should, but I don't think we're doing that either, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, everybody's just like, I don't want to say like, everybody is, y'all just lost. Y'all are just lost. Like,
Do you feel like this is the entire student council, this head of committee, or being the president, vice president?
I feel like it's too early to like really try to make all these like financial and like emotional decisions. It's too early. You have like 30 people all in one room talking for 30 minutes about what's going to happen next with no type of preparation at all. Not even. You had time to prep. We had meetings every other Wednesday. You knew what to do.
All right, I have one last thing to talk about because the bell's ringing. This episode, the recording of it's very cramped. We had guests that were supposed to have, and unfortunately, they can't make it for whatever reason. So I'm gonna end. Just you were talking about how the head of committee wanted to do something for Hispanic Heritage Month. We were talking privately. Would you like to develop on that?
That part I don't understand. Hispanic Heritage Month, to my knowledge, was last month. It's about to be November. There's no reason why we should be trying to promote that now. And then you're talking about that. There's only 2 participants. We don't need a whole show for just 2 people. If that was the case, we did like a quick little mini video, some type of like quick dance or something. Like, that's too much time, too much dedication that we're putting into a month that already passed when there's bigger fish to fry. I don't like that idea at all. I get it, respect the culture, I'm all for that, but not right now.
You think they need to get their shit together?
Yeah, we need to get everything together. Besides that, if we can't do that, there's no student council.
Might as well just be ran by teachers, right?
Might as well. Might as well. That's all I have to say.
All right, so you know we can have you again in the future.
Of course.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Before I finish today's episode, I just want to remind all my fellow seniors about the Senior Sunrise. The Senior Sunrise will be taking place on the football field at 7 a.m. Make sure to be there because that is early, so like you might want to set an alarm. And make sure to bring snacks and a blanket. And Stewart's is sponsoring the event, so thank you, Stewart's. We seniors appreciate it. Now, if you don't know where to get snacks, Zahaya is having a bake sale and sea lunch every Tuesdays and Thursdays where she's selling cookies. These cookies are hoped to, get her a car. So if we could get our friend Zahaya a car, that'd be great. She has rotating flavors every week, and this week's flavors are M&M, chocolate chip, Mommy Rice Krispie, and normal, whatever that means. With that being said, make sure to subscribe and send a screenshot to our Instagram of you being subscribed, so that way at the end of November, you have the chance of winning a giveaway. What we're giving away, I'm not sure. And if you want to be a part of an episode, again, follow our Instagram or leave a comment saying, hey, I'd like to join up. We're here every sea lunch on Thursdays. Now, I don't know how to finish this. It's been a long day, long episode. Good night.